So the lifetime allowance was brought in 2006, and it's the total amount of pension savings you can build up during your lifetime. Now, for defined contribution pensions, like your personal pensions or your auto-enrolment company pensions, it's really easy to work out what these pensions are worth and apply them to the lifetime allowance. You just look at the total value of the pot and add them all together. But for defined benefit pensions, also known as final salary pensions, the calculation is a lot harder and more complex, because there's no pot value for these types of pensions, just a promise of an income when you retire. So how do we calculate defined benefit pensions and apply that to the lifetime allowance? Well, in this video I'm going to run through the calculations that you need to make and also some of the common errors to avoid. I'm Carl Roberts, Chartered Financial Planner at RTS Financial Planning. So the total lifetime allowance currently at the time of recording is just over £1 million. So this is the lifetime allowance that is applicable to your total pension savings, not per pension, but total pension savings. Now, for defined benefit pensions, sometimes the pension administrators will quote a value of your defined benefit pension just so you can compare it to what you'd need to build up inside personal pension pots. Now, this is not the value for lifetime allowance purposes. For a defined benefit pension, what you need to know is the promised annual income that you'll receive at retirement and any tax-free cash lump sums that are added to that. So once you have that information, use the annual defined benefit pension income figure, multiply it by 20 and add on the tax-free lump sum. This will give you your figure for lifetime allowance purposes. So for a quick example, if at retirement your defined benefit pension promises to pay you an income of £30,000 a year and a tax-free lump sum of £150,000, you would take the £30,000 per year, multiply it by 20, which should give you £600,000, add on the £150,000 tax-free lump sum, which gives you an overall figure of £750,000. So it's the £750,000 figure that is tested for lifetime allowance purposes. And based on today's lifetime allowance, this would obviously just be under the lifetime allowance, so there wouldn't be any issue. But of course you would need to add that figure to any other separate pension pots you've got. Now, even if you do find your total pension savings is already over the lifetime allowance, you don't need to worry straight away. The lifetime allowance is only tested once you begin to withdraw from a pension, and also again at age 75. Now, I've written quite a few articles and done a few videos on the merits, or the pros and cons of transferring a defined benefit pension out into a defined contribution personal pension. And if you were to go through this process, the defined benefit pension administrators will come up with what's called a cash equivalent transfer value. And this is the pot that they'll offer you to give up your guaranteed retirement income from the defined benefit pension. Now, remember, the cash equivalent transfer value can only be used when assessing the lifetime allowance if you actually follow through with the defined benefit pension transfer. And what you'll quite often find is that the cash equivalent transfer value is a higher overall value towards the lifetime allowance than had you just continued and used the 20 times formula by sticking with the defined benefit pension. So you really need to factor the tax implications of transferring your defined benefit pension to a personal pension along with the lifetime allowance process. Now, if you have a lifetime allowance problem, it's not a given that you'll definitely end up paying lifetime allowance tax charges. There are various ways you could avoid the lifetime allowance. There's various protections you could put in place, and you could withdraw from your pension a certain way also to minimise your tax charges. So if you want some more information on some of these subjects, I would urge you to look at our website where there's a number of articles on this. The website is rtsfinancialplanning.co.uk. And on our website you'll also find our free download, the 10-minute retirement guide, which is on the home page of the website and on the blog attached to this video. Now, the lifetime allowance is a really complex area particularly when you're looking at defined benefit pensions. So I'd recommend you do seek advice from a professional.